Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United won, Fulham won at Old Trafford. It was our final home game of the season. We have now dropped 10 points from winning positions at Old Trafford this season. Got to say, I am very disappointed. I thought the first half we was very good. But I thought the second half we was poor. I thought Fulham were the better team in the second half. Obviously there was 10,000 fans at Old Trafford tonight. You know, Solskjaer said it was good to get fans back. But Solskjaer said the performance was not what fans wanted. It was good to see fans witness that superb goal from Edinson Cavani. He dinked it over the goalkeeper from far out. Obviously he caught Areola off his line, did Edinson Cavani. I'm glad that Edinson Cavani is staying for next season because he has made a fantastic impact since he's come in. Not so long ago he signed a 1-year deal. They said Bruno Fernandes got the assist, but there was a debate whether he touched it or not. I don't think he did touch it, so I think the assist has got to be given to De Gea. Because obviously De Gea kicked the ball out, building up to that superb goal from Edinson Cavani. We had quite a lot of chances in the game. Bruno Fernandes, you know, he had a good 4 or 5 chances that I recall. 2 good chances from a free kick. But Bruno Fernandes was everywhere. I thought he enjoyed a very good game. Paul Pogba had a good chance in the first half. Obviously, Wan-Bissaka crossed it in. But Paul Pogba was unlucky. I thought Pogba did well in the first half. He exploited that a lot of space. Mason Greenwood, I don't think he enjoyed the best of games. He actually had a very good chance when he was one-on-one with the keeper, but he didn't convert that chance. You know, wasn't clinical enough, Mason Greenwood. Carvalho for Fulham had present moments. In the first half, Carvalho had a very good chance. He was one-on-one with De Gea, but De Gea saved it. It was a good ball as well from Lookman. Lookman had a good chance for Fulham. De Gea, I think, hit it onto the post. And then Carvalho had a chance, but De Gea kept it. Fulham's equaliser came from Joe Bryan. It was actually a very good header. It was Bobby Reid that got the assist. It's 3 games now without a win for Manchester United. The substitutions we brought on in the game was Marcus Rashford, he come on. We saw Donny van de Beek come on. And we saw Amad Diallo Traore come on. De Gea, he made some good saves in the game. I think some people were surprised that De Gea actually was in goal. And Wan-Bissaka, I thought he enjoyed a pretty poor game. Didn't get forward enough. Victor Lindelof, I thought he was poor. He actually made a mistake in the game that could have been costly. I thought Axel Tuanzebe was our best defender on the night. I wasn't expecting Axel Tuanzebe to start. You know, he started ahead of Eric Bailly. The best game I recall Axel Tuanzebe having was the game against PSG. Luke Shaw, I don't think he was great. Luke Shaw has been our best player by far this season, but in the last 2 or 3 games he has really looked off the pace. You know, Edison Cavani, I thought he enjoyed a very good game. Freddie McTominay, you know, not good again. You know, we've just been very, very poor at Old Trafford this season. I think a lot of it is to do with no fans. Obviously, we know there was fans today, but obviously there wasn't fans for a long time, and it's had a bad effect on the players. You know, we've been far better away from home than we have been at home. But to be honest with you, I was expecting us to beat Fulham, you know, because Fulham are a very, very poor team. Obviously, they're already relegated. You know, their current manager is Scott Parker. Scott Parker has been Fulham manager now for over 2 years. Fulham appointed him in February 2019 to replace Claudio Ranieri because Fulham sacked Claudio Ranieri. Scott Parker's under contract with Fulham until 2023. I presume Fulham will stick with Scott Parker because Scott Parker obviously brought Fulham up last season from the Championship. Obviously now, next season, Fulham are back in the Championship, so if Scott Parker's still there, he's got to get them back up to the Premier League again. You know, we seldom lose to Fulham. You know, the last time they beat us was back in December 2009. It was 3-0 at Craven Cottage to Fulham. We did beat them earlier on this season 2-1 at Craven Cottage. But we are focusing on the Europa League final. It's not long now until we play Villarreal in the Europa League final. Villarreal are no pushovers, but they're not world beaters. You know, Gary Neville reckons we could go with the lineup against Villarreal, what we went with today against Fulham. Solskjaer knows how imperative it is to get his first trophy on the board as Man United manager. It's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first major final as Man United manager, and it's our 8th European final. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. Our next game is Wolves. That's our final game of the Premier League season. I'm expecting Solskjaer to rotate in that game against Wolves. I presume he's going to rest key players for the Europa League final. Harry Maguire is probably going to miss the Europa League final. He has got an ankle injury. And he is a big miss because without Harry Maguire, defensively, we are shambolic. I think we've finished second in the Premier League. It's good that we are guaranteed Champions League football for next season. Not long now until the summer transfer window opens. It's very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players that he wants to recommend in the summer transfer window. And there's a lot of players that Man United are looking at. The summer transfer window will be Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. He's already said that he wants 3 world-class signings, because he says we need to strengthen to challenge Man City, and I've already identified the areas in the squad where we need to strengthen up. Solskjaer has made it clear that he wants good backing. And you know what? I'm expecting him to get the backing he deserves, because we've got John Murtaugh, he's our director of football. We've got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director. And we've got Matt Judge. And Matt Judge has been part of the club for a long time. Obviously, I recently gave you the news on Harry Kane. Harry Kane has handed in a transfer request at Tottenham. He's told Tottenham that he wants to leave the club this summer. He says Man United are the favourites to sign him. Now, Man United, Chelsea and Man City have contacted Harry Kane's representatives. Tottenham are demanding around 150 million. The Athletic recently said we could swap Jesse Lingard for Harry Kane. There's been rumours coming out today saying that there could be an Anthony Martial and Harry Kane swap deal, because Tottenham want a players plus cash deal. Ryan Mason has dismissed suggestions that Harry Kane asked Tottenham to leave this summer. But a few weeks ago, Harry Kane come out and said that he wants to win team trophies at Tottenham. He said that after Tottenham's Carabao Cup final defeat to Man City. And he also said the other week that Harry Kane is ready to ask Tottenham to listen to transfer offers this summer, and it says the Glazers are planning to sanction a £90 million bid. But I would certainly take Harry Kane at Manchester United, because he's well Premier League proven. He'd assure his goals, and he's good at creating chances, and he's regarded as one of the best strikers in the world. We're still in search for a striker, despite Cavani signing a one-year deal not so long ago. You obviously know the news as well on Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. There's a good chance that Man United will sign him in the summer transfer window. You obviously know the news as well regarding Raphael Varane. Quite a few players are going to leave Man United in the summer transfer window, so in that aspect we'll generate money and it will help us with our rebuilding process. You know, De Gea could leave, Jones could leave, I think Romero's going to leave, Lee Grant's going to leave. We're looking to get rid of Diego Dalot permanently. We're looking to get rid of Andres Pereira permanently. He's out on loan with Lazio at the moment. I think we need to offload Brandon Williams, because he doesn't get in our team. Brandon Williams is our third choice left back. He had a lot of games last season that I played in, but that's only because Luke Shaw had a couple of periods out with injury. Paul Pogbino, he could still leave Man United in the summer transfer window, but I hope he doesn't. We could offload Nemanja Matic, because he isn't one of our first choice midfielders. I think there's a good chance that we'll offload Juan Mata. There again, Solskjaer said no decision has yet been made on Juan Mata's future. And a lot of United fans are saying that we need to offload Anthony Martial. Anthony Martial has obviously got a knee injury. He's been out with this knee injury for a while, but Ollie's hopeful that he will be back for the Europa League final. But a lot of players are going to stay at Man United in the summer transfer window, and I reckon there's quite a few players that have got long-term futures at the club. Dean Henderson, he'll stay. Shaw will stay. Bailly, we know he's staying because he signed a new contract not so long ago. Yeah, Harry Maguire will stay. Lindelof will stay, but I can assure he doesn't have a long-term future at Man United. And Wan-Bissaka will stay. I reckon he's got a long-term future with the club. Probably Fred will stay as well, potentially past the summer, but probably not long-term. What? Alright. McTominay will stay, I think, as well. Fernandes will stay potentially past the summer. Greenwood will stay. Rashford will stay. We know Cavani's staying for next season. And probably Daniel James will stay. So, there you go. By the way, on my next video, I will be giving you my player ratings from this 1-1 draw against Fulham. Like I've said in regards to Ollie, I don't think he's a long-term manager for Man United. But I hope I'm proven wrong, but he does deserve at least another season because he has made very, very good progress. And you know what, I didn't expect him to do as well as he has done. You know, to say the squad that Solskjaer was left with when he came in, you know, he's actually done very, very well. But obviously next season is huge for Solskjaer because he knows next season he's got to exceed expectations if he is to remain Manchester United manager. If things start to go wrong next season, then there's a very, very good chance he will be sacked. This has been Solskjaer's second full season at the club. We win the Europa League. That will give us confidence and that will give us something to build on going on into next season. But I presume, you know, there's a lot of United fans that are Ollie in. I also presume there's a lot of United fans that are Ollie out. You know, Solskjaer's been heavily criticised by a lot of fans as Manchester United manager. Obviously, they've got their reasons behind why they've been demanding him out. He's got just under a year left on his current 3-year contract. It said earlier on this season that Ollie agreed a 3-year contract worth 30 million. But he has been Manchester United manager now over 2 years. And Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. What we've got to do is we've got to get the Glazers out of the football club. Obviously, our fans have been protesting against the Glazers. Will these protests, you know, force the Glazers out of the club? I do hope so. Solskjaer did recently say that the protests have affected the players. You know, Solskjaer said not so long ago that the Glazers apologised to him. He did mention that the violent incidents went too far. But he says the club have got to take notice of the fans. Solskjaer was angry with Gary Neville not so long ago over the Man United protest. You know, Gary Neville's had quite a lot to say on it. Joe Glazer wrote a letter to Man United fans not so long ago. And Avram Glazer the other week. No. What? Alright. He refused to apologise over the European Super League. Sky News caught up with him in Florida, but he refused to answer any questions. You know, it said not so long ago, though, that the Glazers could be forced to sell Man United, but for only £4 billion. Before that, it said that the Glazers have got no intentions of selling the club. Solskjaer said earlier on this season that the Glazer family will not sell Man United. And he told protesters that Joe Glazer loves the club. Joe Glazer released a statement earlier on this season apologising to club fans of the European Super League plans. The Glazers have been at Man United 16 years. They bought the club for $500 million back in 2005. But we've got to get them out because, you know, they've put us in so much debt. And in general, I hate the way the football club has been run now for a long time. So we've got to recommend new owners in. Obviously, we've got Woodward out. Ed Woodward's going to be standing down at the end of the year because it got announced quite a few weeks ago that Woodward resigned as Manchester United vice chairman. I presume all United fans were delighted with the news regarding Woodward. Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. Not so long ago, Ed Woodward's mansion got attacked by masked protesters. Woodward did say earlier on this season that he believes Solskjaer's the right man to lead the club forward, and he did release a statement regarding Solskjaer and the players, saying that the progress by Solskjaer and the players this season is clear. And when we've enjoyed them bad periods under Ollie, Woodward's come out several times to show his support for Ollie. So yeah. So far, Solskjaer has spent almost £300 million at Manchester United. He has made good signings, but he obviously hasn't got all the players that he wanted to recommend in as yet. Ollie's got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he's come in. He's done well in a lot of aspects this season. He did well last season in his first full season. I like the way he has promoted the youth. So there are positives regarding Solskjaer, but I've also got my concerns about him as well. But whether Solskjaer succeeds as Man United manager or not, we'll still always adore him because at the end of the day, he is a club legend. He endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. Solskjaer hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, but that doesn't mean he can't succeed as Man United manager. But when we're inconsistent, not all the blame stems from Solskjaer. Obviously, some of the blame stems from him. There's obviously certain players, that have got to take responsibility as well. It's never all just the manager's fault. The chances have been there for us this season, but in a lot of games, we've not converted them. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. I don't know when we're next going to win a title. I'm very sceptical we'll win a title under Solskjaer. But in the last 8 years or so, nothing has changed at Manchester United. We've just been playing catch-up. We've had different managers with different philosophies. The 3 managers we've sat since Ferguson was David Moyes, we sacked Louis van Gaal, and we also sacked Jose Mourinho, and we're not even really known as a sacking football club. Not only that, we've overpaid for players in recent years, our recruitment's been poor. None of the managers have got the players that they wanted in since Ferguson retired. In that aspect, of blame stems from the board. We've only won, 4 trophies since Ferguson retired. We spent, over £1 billion in total in the last 8 years. We must have brought around 37 players in since Ferguson retired. But we've got to accept that we're never going to be the team that we was under Ferguson. No one's going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club, and no one's going to last as long as he did. Ferguson endured, a 26, 27 year tenure at Man United, won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. So reflecting on that, Ferguson brought success to the club, but he didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Good job we didn't sack him any time in that 4 years when he didn't win anything, because we wouldn't have hardly had any success now, or no success at all, should I say. The club have made mistakes in the last 8 years as well, and that's why we haven't been as consistent as we'd like to have been. So anyway, let's see what happens in the summer transfer window. Let's see what players Man United can get in. I'm hoping that we can get a win at Wolves on the final day, because like I mentioned earlier on, we are now winless in our last 3. You know, we've drawn today against Fulham 1-1, a team we should be beating. You know, lost to Liverpool not so long ago, 4-2. You know, that was Jurgen Klopp's first win at Old Trafford as Liverpool managing. It was Liverpool's first win at Old Trafford in the Premier League since 2014. And we lost to Leicester 2-1 the other week. But I wasn't too disappointed with the Leicester loss, because 1, Leicester were a pretty good team, and 2, Solskjaer played a weakened squad, obviously with the fixture congestion. But obviously now we've got fans back. Hopefully next season our home form can improve, because like I say, we've been abysmal at Old Trafford this season. We really have. But Fulham, from their perspective, they'll be very delighted with the draw. You know, they weren't expecting to get anything, were they? They were coming into this game against us on the back of the 3-1 loss against Southampton. By the way, Harrison Reed got an injury in the game for Fulham. I think Hansen came on to replace him. Fulham, I think, have got 3 injuries. That's Robinson, Congolo and Kearney. So yeah, I think the Wolves game is on Sunday. The preview will be coming up for that later on in the week. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon. Thanks for watching.